Australia, the green continent where life is more dangerous than anywhere else. Poisonous spiders, dangerous snakes, and giant crocodiles lurk at literally every turn. But today, I invite you to take a stroll through the rainforest and look up. Maybe we'll get lucky and spot this cute Australian creature. You're watching Animal Time, and today we're featuring the koala. Subscribe to the channel if you like this topic, and let's get started. What a wonderful little bear, you might say, and you'd be completely wrong. The koala isn't a bear at all, and isn't even related to them. It's a marsupial, a close relative of the wombat and the only member of the koala family. They live in eastern Australia, where they are one of the continent's most recognizable symbols. The koala bear. Tree bear, monkey bear, the koala has been called all sorts of things. The name of its genus comes from the two Greek words phas kalaktos, which translates to pouch bear. And that description fits this little animal perfectly, since they usually grow to between 23.6 and 31.5 inches and weigh up to 30.87 pounds. Its large head, small eyes, and funny furry ears make the koala a very cute creature. When you look at a koala, you just want to pick it up and give it a hug. And considering that these little animals have very thick, dense fur, it might feel like you're hugging a pillow. But koalas enjoy these hugs themselves, so they're happy to interact with people. That said, it's very hard to spot a koala in the forest, since they've long since learned to take life at a leisurely pace and are in no hurry to go anywhere. These soft little pillows spend up to 20 hours a day motionless, comfortably perched on branches. Koalas can even sleep while simply clinging to a tree trunk. Their strong paws with 5 flexible and powerful toes help them do this. Each paw has 2 thumbs that stick out to the side. Thanks to this, the animals can easily wrap their paws around any tree branch and climb it with confidence. In addition, koalas have these rather large claws, which admittedly they use only for peaceful purposes. After all, this cute little creature has virtually no enemies. On top of that, just like the wombat, the koala has a bony shield on its bottom and often uses it as a stool. After all, sitting on branches should be comfortable. Oh yes, I forgot to mention that these animals have fingerprints remarkably similar to human ones. Only an expert can tell them apart. Koalas have done quite well for themselves, choosing a niche with no food competitors. The fact is, they've adopted a eucalyptus-based diet and strictly adhere to it. And since no one but koalas eats the poisonous eucalyptus leaves, they don't have to compete for food. But these little creatures know a thing or two about leaves, so to speak. Since out of 700 species of eucalyptus, they eat only the 12 least toxic ones. Their excellent sense of smell helps them with this, which is more than can be said for their eyesight. Their vision is poorly developed. But this doesn't cause koalas any trouble since they have almost no predators. Thanks to their eucalyptus diet, koalas are thoroughly imbued with the scent and smell like mint gum. As a result, only pythons can hunt these animals. Eating a eucalyptus-based diet is extremely difficult, since the leaves are not only poisonous, but also very tough. It's especially hard for koala joeys, as their bodies lack the necessary enzymes to digest the food. That's why 6 months after birth, the mother begins to supplement her joey's diet with a special baby formula extracted from, well, you get the idea. And this isn't just poop, it's actual baby formula containing the necessary bacteria. By the way, aside from koalas, no other animal is capable of digesting eucalyptus leaves, and this method of exchanging bacteria is common among many other herbivores. Every day, an adult koala can eat up to 2.2 pounds of poisonous, tough, and completely non-nutritious leaves, so it uses its energy sparingly. I'd say very sparingly. Even if you're lucky enough to see a koala that isn't sleeping, all its movements will be very smooth and unhurried. Although despite all this, koalas can actually run. For example, this is a koala running in earnest. They can even swim, though they do so very reluctantly, and only when they need to reach a nearby eucalyptus grove. And you might laugh, but it's the most brainless mammal of all. Despite its large head, 40% of its skull is filled with cerebrospinal fluid, and the koala's tiny brain floats there like a boat in the ocean. The koala's brain weighs only 0.2% of its body mass. For example, in a cat, this figure is nearly 1%, and in a human, it's over 2%. The reason lies in the animal's diet, since the brain requires only carbohydrates. And while humans spend 20% of their energy just feeding the brain, a koala can't afford such extravagance. Therefore, over time, the animal's brain has gradually shrunk. But this doesn't mean that koalas are stupid. Far from it. They have emotions, they can display personality, and koala joeys love to play, which is always considered a sign of intelligence. Koalas are solitary animals that never form families. Both males and females live on their own with virtually no interaction between them. But sometimes conflicts can flare up between them, at which point force must be used, and the koalas engage in violent fights. But during the breeding season, their behavior changes. Males begin rubbing their chests against trees to mark them and emit sharp, loud cries that can be heard from a kilometer away. Females use these cries to identify the largest and loudest suitors. If his call is up to par, the male forms a harem of 3 to 5 females. Although in reality, the reason for this polygamy is that significantly more females are born than males, so koalas do the best they can. Needless to say, under such conditions, males and females don't stand on ceremony, and can easily chase a girlfriend they've grown tired of off a tree. And the female has no choice but to sit under the tree and cry. Pregnancy lasts 30 to 35 days, after which one, very rarely two, joeys are born, each measuring just 0.79 inches in length and weighing 0.176 ounces. It spends the first 6 months in its mother's pouch, and the next 6 months riding on her back. Interestingly, young females set out on their own after just 1 year, while males may travel alongside their mother for 2 to 3 years. Even though koalas are very cute, you shouldn't hug them. After all, these animals are susceptible to many dangerous diseases, including immunodeficiency virus and chlamydia. These diseases often lead to death and are responsible for the decline in the koala population. In addition, deforestation and wildfires also have a negative impact on the koala population. For example, 1/3 of Australia's entire koala population died in the 2020 wildfires. That's all for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please take a moment to rate it. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to have a koala like this at home. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and be sure to click the bell icon. And now I'll say goodbye. Not for long. See you later.